What's crack-a-lackin'? Hey guys, yeah, we've had a couple large eruptions here on the sun today, just a few hours ago. Well, it started about 24 hours ago, but these are not flares. These are actually just filament eruptions that could hit the Earth. We'll take a look at that. And here is NASA's forecasting model of that first one. As you can see, it looks like it's going to blast right into us. Here is SOHO, another view from satellite, a million miles closer to the sun. You can see that one went off that way, but check this one out that happens right here. It's a faint halo, so which means it's right here, right there. So we'll talk about what all that stuff means here in just a second. Let's go back up here. We got some coronal holes that have appeared here in the Earth strike zone, which could give us some fast solar winds. So we'll take a look at that too. Obviously, earthquakes are of abundance right now. That's been the case for quite a while now. Again, I'm not the earthquake guy, but you know, we'll go over what we see here and what has already happened. But anyway, also that's Dr. Tony Phillips' site, spaceweather.com. We're starting to see Aurora. These are noctilucent clouds. Okay, we may go over what that means here in just in a little bit. But he's talking about the storm also, and I'll show you what we can expect from a G2 storm, which we did get hit with. But yeah, and this is NOAA showing such a graph here telling you the same thing. Okay, and also NOAA's in-little spiral model. This is the same view as you get from NASA here. It's just they use different integration of the data into the model. So, yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing today, guys. And I'll see you guys after my intro runs. All right, guys, here we go. Yeah, so we've got, this is probably going to be a fairly quick one, just so everybody understands. This isn't going to be a really long show, but I want to make sure I want to come out and give you guys, hey everybody. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I will be doing a members only tomorrow, just so everybody, good, you got to awesome. Good to see you, Tina. All right. But I will be doing a members only tomorrow, so look for that to get posted. I'm not sure exactly on the time yet, which is why I haven't posted it. But I'll do a regular show, and then probably directly after I'll do a members only, just so people have all that. And as far as how I'm feeling, I am extremely exhausted. I'm tired. I'm still coughing. My fever is starting to come down some, so that's good. But I am resting a lot. More than I have probably in a year. So, okay. Now, guys, these are two filament eruptions, and what we got here, filament eruptions are nothing more than magnetic ropes that lay in the atmosphere of the sun, the corona. So sometimes they destabilize and then they just boom. Where's Alright, but I guess oh, okay, gotcha. Well, it's crack-a-lackin', Callie. I thought maybe something was wrong with my screen. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, please. Anyway, yeah, so you got that happening here, and they are magnetic ropes that just lay there. And when they destabilize, they explode out. Now, when they explode out on the Earth side of the sun, then obviously we have a little bit of concern because it's plasma. And so when they do fire our direction, we can get geomagnetic storming from it, and sometimes they're pretty Oh, really? You're getting late notifications? Yeah, I ain't got no control over that, Jeremy. Sorry, bro. This one is my fault, okay? I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this tonight, so that's why I kind of waited. I gave YouTube maybe 15 minutes to send notifications out. Typically, I give it a half hour. Usually a little over a half hour, because usually it'll send 2 notifications if it's in within a half hour. But it'll show that it got posted, and it'll show when I go live. That's probably my fault a little bit this time. I don't think you're complaining, man. Why would I? No, not at all. Hey, Steve. Good to see you, bud. All right, so let me just concentrate on this for a second. I'm sorry, guys. All right, now we've got this laying again. When they do rip out and they do explode out, they can give us some really big geomagnetic storms. They're usually pretty dense, and if we get hit with the core of the filament itself, yeah. And it all depends on direction and the magnetic polarity of a lot of things. But we do take notice, and we do definitely pay attention when these things rip off. Especially when NASA is saying that this one here is the first one, the one at the top of the sun, up here. Okay? I'll show you the second one. Right. That's the second one. And as you can tell, this is Earth, this is the sun. That's why it's going out that direction. So yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it's, you know, this second one, I'm not sure if it's going to hit or not. It shows a possible glancing blow, but again, these are just models. These are forecasting models. Now they are pretty accurate most of the time. So we'll go back to the one that they're saying is going to hit us directly. Now, if that hits like it says it's going to hit right here, that definitely could give us some geomagnetic storms. So yeah, I'm not going to like just belabor the info there on you. Okay, now this is Soho, 1,000,000 miles closer to the sun than what we are. And what you're going to see is just these eruptions happening. Now, you got that first one, it's very hard to see up here. And I'll tell you when it pops off here. Here it comes. I'm sorry. I got to wait on that to happen. Right there. Okay? But it does go around this occulter disk. Now, when we see a full halo, it definitely means that it's big enough and it's wide enough that Earth's going to get hit with it some way, somehow. Okay? Now, this one here was kind of off the back, I think, off the side. This one was that second one. Now, again, this could still clip Earth, but the majority of this one is definitely going off to our west, which is actually reverse when you talk about looking at the sun. Okay, so when I say west, it's to the right. You got to pretend you're standing on the sun looking out. Now, this is the sun. This is just an occulter disk. They put that there to block the main light of the sun. Or the camera couldn't get any at all. Now, this one here is a side view. Okay, so see this big halo here? This is stereo A. That's the one that's going to hit Earth. This is that second big one. Okay, so this gives you 2 different perspectives. And that's why I'm showing it to you. So stereo A is this satellite right here. Okay, this is Earth. This is stereo A. So that big blast right there is going towards stereo A. Earth would be over here. Okay, so we got 2 different points of view there. Now, once again, yeah, is it going to hit? It definitely could give us a side hit. Now we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. So let's go up here to, this is the 211 angstrom. This is just another angstrom of light. And what we're going to see here, guys, is just coronal holes. That's why I'm showing you this one. And it's the atmosphere of the sun that opens up and it lets stuff just flow out. So that's what's happening there. And it's good to see everybody here tonight. I hope you guys can share this out for me if you could. I'd really appreciate it. It really, truly does help. But yeah. Okay. Now, let's see here. What else? Where do I want to go next for you guys? I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the earthquakes because nothing is like pressing right now. Yeah. So you got Japan, you got China, you got Iran, you got Turkey. These are all decent sized ones. And if you notice, they're all kind of on the same latitude. That's kind of what I was seeing. Even one here in Texas. I think it's Oklahoma. Okay. Yeah, southern Oklahoma there. But we did have a decent sized one up here in Alaska. I will say that. This one here, 5.6. And that's not unusual for up there. Okay, just so you know. Had a 5.6 over there in Japan, which is definitely not unusual for over there. But I don't want to go into detail on any of that because I just wanted to show you that these are happening. Now, Dr. Tony Phillips over here is probably talking about the same thing I am. We typically talk about pretty close to the same stuff. But these are noctilucent clouds. These are clouds that form usually closer to summer in whatever hemisphere, okay? And the reason I say that is you get water vapor from the heat of the sun that gets high up in the atmosphere, and it crystallizes and freezes around meteor dust high up in the atmosphere, and it gives the appearance of these blue metallic looking clouds. But he's showing this because Aurora is now starting to show. Now, in the northern hemisphere, in the summertime, the sun doesn't go down very, very much. Way up on the North Pole, right? Up in the Arctic Circle. The further north you go, the less nighttime you see during the summer. That's just what happens. Well, thank you, Callie. Appreciate that. Awesome sauce, awesome sauce, awesome sauce. Love it. Thank you. So, yeah. Now, thank you for that. Appreciate that. So, as we get going here, I do want to show you. That's awesome, Callie. Thank you. Let's go. Well, I don't really have another. Well, I wanted to show you this. I was debating whether or not I was going to show you this one or not. This is the Aurora model. Okay, this will show you where the auroras are at right now. And they kind of show, if you look at the timestamps here, it's a reverse model. It's not going to forecast out. Okay, it's showing you what's happened the past 24 hours. So I'm just going to pause it and grab it. Now watch when the storm hits. See that? That's when the G2 storm hit. That's why they've seen Aurora over here, definitely. Okay? Over here, where it was daytime, you're not going to see it. There's the other part of the storm. Okay? Because we got hit twice. Once with the G1, another with the G2. And let me show you why I say that. We can go back up here to this. And you see a 5, that's a G1. And you see a 6, that's a G2. We measure it with the KP. A 5 is a G1, a 6 is a G2. That's how that works, guys. Hey, Jammer, good to see you. Hey, why's you? Say hello to my mods in there, guys. Show the mods some love with the M and a heart in that chat, if you would. Okay. All right. So, what can we expect? Well, G2, I went over this last time. You can have corrective actions to satellites. It's because it adds more density where the satellites are at, and that causes drag. So it starts to slow them down. It's that simple. So they have to try to keep them in orbit, and they're pretty successful most of the time. You can have some high latitude power systems, voltage alarms, things like that. High latitude means closer to the poles. Okay. A longer duration storm can actually cause transformer damage on that. Now, I would say that they do need to redo some of these, what could happen, because I do think things are happening more intense right now as our magnetic field continues to weaken. Hey, Todd, good to see you, bud. Hey, miss, good to see you. Oh, here, I need to quit squirreling. So, yeah. Now, what can we expect moving forward here? Well, if these hit, this one here is going to hit, in my opinion, and mainly because of this NASA model. It's really that simple. It looks like it's going to hit. Not to mention that looking at the way that this filament did erupt off, boom, right, I mean, our Earth strike zone's right here. The satellite we're looking at here, guys, is in low Earth orbit, so it's from our point of view. Okay? It's as if you went outside and looked up. So if you see something erupting right here, it's got a really good chance of hitting us. So this one definitely, I think, is going to hit. This one here, glancing blow, possibly. So just to double show you that one more time here, you see how it's kind of clipping us here? Matter of fact, I'm going to zoom in for you guys. I should have done this earlier. Sorry. Right there. Okay. So if you watch right here, look at that clip. Okay. So let's go back to the other one and we'll get a better look at this one. Now you guys can probably really see how that really does hit us. Hits us on all three axes. So top down, side view. This is Earth's orbit stretched out in a straight line. Let me just pull that over like that. Okay. So you can see how it's hitting. It's going to hit, in my opinion. So that's just what I would say. Now, here's that big eruption again. Not sure why it slowed down on me, but it did. And here's that north. I don't usually zoom in this close because, well, I guess we can kind of see both of them. And it does kind of slow down things. But anyway, that's what's happening with that. So I don't want to, again, belabor the point there or waste anybody's time by just repeating myself over and over and over again. So yeah, you guys can probably hear my voice. I'm still scratchy and coughy. But you can probably also hear my voice. I sound a little bit better than what I already was. So yeah, hey Hope, good to see you. Yeah, I would agree, Kathy. Hey Jeremy, I said hi to you already, but yeah, everything is. Hey Angel Wings, good to see everybody. Renee, what's cracking? George, on the fireballs and shooting stars tonight. I can show you if you want to see. Yeah, I can definitely show you real quick. Over here, guys, lots of fireballs reported. There is, I believe, we're in another meteor shower, or the well, it tells you where they came from, by the way. Okay, if you guys look right here, it tells you exactly where these fireballs came from. These are 10 sporadics, which means wherever. 10 Perseid, 2 Southern Delta. I forget how to say that. I always butcher this one. Aquarids. I'm not sure if that's the way, or exactly the right way to say that. And then you got 1 Alpha Capricornids. So yeah, that's where they came out. And what they're talking about is looking at that part of the sky. They came out of that constellation. Okay, so that's where those fireballs are. If you guys want near Earth objects, he actually records them over here. And the year that they're discovered always shows up in the front here. So you'll notice that most of these are discovered right around the time that we're looking at them. Okay, it's a big sky, guys. So that's why. It's kind of crazy to think that we should be able to see all of them. We just simply will never ever be able to do that. At least probably not in my lifetime. I'm sure there's some technology coming that'll allow us to do that. But it would take, well, they're already putting up enough stuff up there anyway, guys. It's completely netting our planet. So we should be starting to see them more and more, and we are. But there's nothing as of note as far as something that's going to be coming blasting into us. Now, I was going to show you guys that comet. Let's see if the Sky Live is up. It was down when I was going to staging for this. Okay, it looks like it might be back up. Let's see here. Let's go here. Objects. Comets. Oh, I don't want that. What are you doing to me here, Sky Live? Yeah, I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I don't visit this one enough Um, man. Let's see here. I'm trying to. Here. Is this it? No, I don't want that. Is it down here somehow? I don't know what they're doing here on this. They're changing it up a little bit, it looks like. So just so you guys know. I wanted to see the one I showed you guys. Here it is. Here it is. Never mind. I found it. Found it, found it, found it. Alright. So what are we looking at here? This comet right here. Okay. So let me whip this around. 2020p McNaught. It's got a huge outgassing happening that they didn't expect. And it's bigger than Jupiter. A lot of people have reported on this already. Okay. And you know, you'll see a lot of titles bigger than Jupiter and stuff like that, and they're correct. They're trying to get people to come look. Okay, it's not an object bigger than Jupiter. Okay, what's happening is this comet is outgassing, and the outgassing, the view of it appears to be larger than Jupiter. I believe it was 220 kilometers wide. The outgassing part was, I believe, which is the distance between us and the moon. Okay, or close to it. But yeah, so this comet here, and it's on this orbit here. Okay. Let's see here. I can get rid of some of this stuff. I forget how to do it. Like I said, guys, I don't want to waste your guys' time. Okay, I apologize. So we're looking at this comet here. Earth's over here. This has no chance of hitting Earth. We're not saying that at all. Okay, I don't want you guys to think that. All right, so, and I just flipped it. Which happens sometimes when you're looking at this. Okay, so let's go back over here to the Earth. So if we're looking at from the Earth's orbit, and if I go kind of top down, this is the sun. Here's this comet. It's way over here. All right, it's moving in this direction. I can push play. See that? All right. So that's what we can expect, and it looks like it's going to line up with, let's pause it, right about there. Looks like we got a pretty significant alignment here, by the way, happening on October 29th. That could actually, yeah, guys, believe it or not, that can cause earthquakes. That can cause increased activity on the sun. You got Venus, Earth, these two comets, and if we're to zoom out, I'm not sure if there's anything else. If Jupiter's even anywhere close, which I don't think it is. Yeah, Jupiter's nowhere close right there. Okay, so Jupiter was in this line. we would be yeah, in October we probably definitely would be talking about an uptick in activity. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so here, and we'll have to keep an eye around that around Halloween. We get a lot of solar storms around Halloween anyway. Just so you know, okay. Lots, lots and lots. But anyway, so with that being said, guys, that's probably pretty much what I got for you tonight. I am going to be doing a members only, so if you guys want to, hey D Griffith, Curb Creeper, well, I'm going to shout him out, guys. He's trying to get his channel monetized. I can't pull it up right now, but Curb Creeper is, you guys probably know who he is. He's in here a lot. He's getting close to getting monetized. He needs like, I think it's 400 more subscribers. If you guys could go over and subscribe to his channel so he can get himself monetized, okay? And I'll mention that again tomorrow. But he does some his content. I've seen some prepping stuff and some weather stuff, things like that over there. Go check that out over there. And you know, support somebody that's trying to get monetized and do their, you know, just trying to do things here on YouTube. So, again, guys, this is what. Whoa, did this thing update? Huh? What is? It might have. Let's see. I think it did. Okay, so Noah is actually saying that this is going to hit too, guys. Okay, they just updated this, so just so you know, Noah's agreeing with NASA on this one. So we are most likely going to get another geomagnetic storm here in the next couple days, and if we get anything else that happens, I will definitely be here. I will do a show tomorrow and look for members only tomorrow. Again, I can't hammer down a time yet because I got stuff going on tomorrow with my family. So, but I will be here. Okay. And as soon as I know, I'll post it. Now, if you see me go live, I'll be doing members only right after my live stream. Okay. So, hope to see you guys there. Hope you guys consider being a member, and we're going to play some games and do some stuff like that tomorrow and watch some funny stuff. But that's what we're doing tomorrow. All right, guys? We're going to leave it here on this particular image. And we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for stopping in. And God bless. Yahusha saves. And as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.